Hello, I am Seamless, and today is Wednesday, which means I have streamed, and today I did sound design requests. This is the recap video, and now I'm going to recap which sounds that I did. So I today decided to use Serum. I have been focusing on Serum a bit just to kind of learn its ways and means and things. And so that's why I did what I was doing today. So it's all very Serum focused. The first sound that I made sounds like this. And this is actually a pretty basic FM concept, only I'm using Serum to do it. And that's because Serum can do FM. The way that this works is that you have an oscillator, you have oscillator A and oscillator B. You have them both on, turn one of the oscillators down. You can have it on if you want to, but for the sound to work, I didn't want it. And then in the warp mode, down here, you have FM, and you have from different targets. You can do from B, from the noise oscillator, which is weird, from the sub oscillator, just a different oscillator, and then you have FM. So this is a pretty standard thing where it was a triangle wave plus an octave high, so we get a kind of squarish time idea. But I've actually bent the waveform a little bit to sort of screw with the profile a bit. And then I create a macro, and the macro is controlling the FM. It's also controlling the noise level to kind of give it a little bit of extra oomph in there. It's being distorted. It's also being high passed a little bit because I have the sub going out directly, which means it's not being processed by any of these FX, and it's completely clean. So we have the high pass effects plus the sub clean sub already in the patch, and that's kind of cool. I like that about Serum. Okay, and then this is this guy. This was a not a Kill the Noise song. It was a Phoebe song called Split Milk. Had milk in the title. And it sounded like this. Now the way I accomplished this is that I created this sound out of what was once a saw oscillator, and I kind of screwed with this harmonic content down here. Now it's being filtered to keep it kind of down there, and what the sound is it sounds more like it's a 1 and a 5, an octave higher plus a 5, and it's a chord playing. But we're kind of making it feel like it's the chord playing by changing the harmonic profile additively to accentuate certain harmonics to make it sound like a certain chord. Tiny bit of well, there is a little bit of distortion, but it's primarily from the compressor causing that. There's a bunch of reverb, but the reverb is mostly for the noise. In the noise list, we have a bunch of different things. One of the things we have is attacks, kick, and miscellaneous. And in here we have stuff like snares and whatever. And I have one there, and I have engaged this little button here. What this little button does is that instead of looping it, it plays it once and then stops. So it's kind of like having a sample loaded. I also have the keyboard tracking on, so that changes pitch with everything. There's also the sub going on, again, direct out. And by their powers combined, they are Captain Planet. This dude, kind of a variation on that. So it's sort of a messy drum and bass kind of idea. It was mostly, again, about accentuating the particular harmonics, just to get that kind of squarey chord feel. But a little bit more edge in this one than the other, and it wasn't as successful as the first one, but yeah, it was kind of neat. And this guy was supposed to be a dragon. This is from a Headhunters track, specifically Dragonborn, and I just used one of the wavetables that sounded kind of like it, and then I engaged the reverb filter, which does weird things. I just put the macro on the wet dry and make it move with the filter so that like when it opens up, it gets this big kind of huge sound to it. But it's not like actual reverb, although you could have actual reverb if you wanted to. And then I distorted it, which made it sound gnarly. Not much to that. I was literally just loaded up a wavetable and I knew it sounded kind of similar, and then I went with it. Which is kind of how wavetable synthesis goes. So that's what's up with that. These presets will be available in the description for download. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day. buy my t-shirts.